Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Here we go on ESPN. Get your parkas and umbrellas ready. The forecast calls for a nice, steady downpour throughout this one. So we'll see if holding onto the ball and swimming will be a factor. Kansas City Chiefs, New York Giants. It's go time. Forecast.
Crowds of tailgaters arriving early this morning. These fans are primed and ready for the game. Hi, and welcome to Giant Stadium. I'm Dan Stevens. Peter O'Keefe is next to me in the booth. And Peter, we've got a couple of offensive powerhouses down on the field.
No doubt about it, Dan. We could be in for a high-scoring game today. Brent Green is certainly one of the better quarterbacks in this league. His team relies on him to make big plays down the stretch. And 9 times out of 10, he does just that. He's not the only big-time player on that squad, though. Tony Gonzalez is one of the premier receiving tight ends in the league. He's built like a rock, but his soft hands make him a great receiver. Deadly combination out there. I'm dying to see how it pans out.
Sparks boots the opening kickoff. Joyce catches it back at the 7. Stopped at the 27. We have some rough stop to this play behind the line of scrimmage. Pretty good call by the defensive coordinator.
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up there.
That will bring up second down. Manning. Jockey catches the hard throw, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more. Manning rifles it out left side, and it's caught at the 32. 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
He's lonesome on this one, Dan. He takes full advantage of it, too. What happened to the coverage? Let's look. Well, that's an easy catch. My 6-year-old could have caught that.
Peter Hill had a touchdown. Here's the extra point, and somehow he misses it. Green throws a heater, and it's complete at the 44. Chased down at the 48. Morton makes the catch out to the left, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Holmes picks up 6 on the play, and Hall catches the heater left sideline and gets past the markers for a first down. Move the chain.
On offense, it was always a plus to avoid 3rd down altogether, just like that.
Holmes will get the carry on first down. This one will fall incomplete. Green rifles it out left side, and it's off. Incomplete.
Bradley went.
Sparks kicks it from 35 yards, and he misses this one to the right. Manning fires this one over the middle, and it's caught just barely past
the game for an offense.
Barber picked up about 7, and that 3rd down, 2 wideouts on the field. Warfield tips it away on the coverage, incomplete. That one, 21-yard line. Gonzalez didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete.
You take a shot in that situation, and it's really not going to hurt you. That's a good call.
That'll bring up 2nd down. Holmes chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up 3rd down. Morton catches the bullet out left and is at the 45, 30, 20, eventually shoved out at the 17. That will bring up first down. Green gets all of his arm into this pass, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
William.
Green rifles this one to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Tackled at the 3. Barber carries it for a 3rd time in a row and takes it upfield. Brought down at the 8. Hunt gets the ball and punts it away. Warfield gets it at the 48. Dragged down at the 43.
Eric Warfield.
Holmes gets the call on first down and heads upfield. Finally popped out of bounds at the 18. It will be first down.
Michael Strahan brought down the ball carrier.
Sparks kicks it from 33 yards. This one is up and in. 6-yard line. Toomer hauls in the pass and is past the first with daylight. 30, 25, 10, 5, and touchdown.
Amani Toomer is going to make the catch. Right there, but that's only the beginning. Look at him chew up the yardage.
Wasn't supposed to be a touchdown pass, but he made it one with that terrific. Holmes gains 3 yards, and that brings up second. The Giants will take a timeout. Barber takes it across the line and gains about. Gets the sack, and the clock continues to run. Now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
Okay, Dana, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. Now we'll look at our first half by the numbers, and I tell you, first downs have been the story here. The Chiefs look great on the stat sheet, but they're behind on the field. They might have to change their approach. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Ike Hilliard ran a terrific route here and was able to pull this one in. A 35-yard touchdown for the Giants. The Giants strike first and go up by 6. The Chiefs early in the first. Trent Green would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. The Chiefs now early in the second quarter. Chiefs behind by 6. Johnny Morton Saltz was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. The Chiefs again have it. Priest Holmes would find an opening here and he was off. That set up a 34-yard field goal. Chiefs losing 6-3. Well-dressed Amani Toomer came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. A 74-yard touchdown for the Giants. And that's where we'll leave this one. Giants are up at the half, 13-3. And now let's check out the undisputed halftime hero of the first half. Well-dressed Amani Toomer has taken over this game. And now let's...
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up there.
That will bring up second down. Second down and 4 wideouts in the game. Kennison pulls in a lob here. Green blasts him back at the 48. Green fires this one over the middle, and they can't connect. Incomplete. Catches it over the middle, and that's a gain of 7 on the play. Manning throws a lob right sideline, and the reception's made at the 39. Eventually tackled at the 45. That will bring up first. Toomer snags the dart right sideline and tries to get free. Finally stopped at the 11. First. Manning ropes this one to the end zone, and it's tipped. Manning sings it to the right side, and it falls incomplete. Graham from 28 yards out, and it's no good. It bounced off the upright and then out. Green rifles it out left side, and the catch is made well past the markers for a first. Holmes takes his 10th carry of the game and gains about 3 yards. Green lobs this one over the middle, and it's caught at the 49, and he's stopped right there. Holmes has his number called on first down and will gain close to 6. Holmes loses about 3, and that brings up third down. That'll do it for the third quarter. The Giants enjoying a lead, 13-3. Green tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. Fourth down, coming yard line. Barber will take the handoff and passes the line. Tackled at the 20. Barber gets the call again and picks up a couple. Barber chews up 4 yards, and they will be just... Hunt takes the long snap and punts it away. Warfield fields the punt at the 33. Tackled at the 44.
Eric Warfield.
Williams makes a play on this and forces the incompletion. Green just rifles this one, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Defend the pass when you can obliterate it.
Morton didn't haul that one in, and it falls in all by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up fourth down. Green zings it to the right side, and it falls. Barber gets the call again and heads left. One man to beat. The 15 eventually runs out of bounds at the 12. Barber makes the hit in the backfield at the 14.
John Barber.
Barber pick. The Chiefs will take it. Graham with a 22-yarder, and it's up through the goalpost. Good. Holmes catches it in the flat and is at the 30. The Chiefs take a timeout. That's their final one. Green makes the pass, and the catch is made for the first. Morton catches it in the flat, and that will stop the clock at...
Beat his man. Couple of the best banging heads there.
Green zings it to the right side, and the reception's made at the 40. Wilson makes a play on this and forces the...
That's how the D is supposed to play.
Third down, coming up on the 10th play of the drive. Joseph has called. They wouldn't have gotten much at all, even if it was complete.
Fourth down either way, and in my opinion, too, a bad call.
16-3. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Enjoy this, and we're going to get you next time. We're going to get you next time. It's all right.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Giants stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Trent Green connected with his man on this one. Ball at the 46-yard line. Well-dressed Amani Toomer had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. The Chiefs, after a missed field goal, Chiefs losing by 10. Trent Green would find his target on this one. The Giants have it after a turnover on downs. Tiki Barber let his big all offensive line pave the way on this one. That set up an easy 22-yard field goal. Giants leading 16-3. Trent Green connected with his man on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Giants win this one 16-3. Now let's check in with our player of the game, a guy who made one big-time catch after another to help seal the win for his team. Well-dressed Amani Toomer is on the field with our Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You really hustled today, and you were instrumental in helping your team snag the win. What was the key to your success?
Yeah, to be honest, we just came together as a team real well today. My teammates all helped me out a lot, and I'm playing with a great cast of characters alongside me. I'm just happy to get the W, and now we've got to move on and look ahead.
Back to you, Chris.
With that, thanks.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Bills come away with a 7-point win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Browns pick up their first win of the year. Corin Robinson stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Brewer took to the air for over 300 yards and helped his Bears beat the Lions. Chiefs, Giants. The line. Well-dressed Amani Toomer came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. The Giants go on to win this by the final score of 16-3. Down in the deep south of Atlanta, we had the Falcons lose by a narrow 5-point margin. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Larry Triplett is probably the one that most leaps out at you. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Brandon Lloyd might be the biggest loss on this list. Doctors at the hospital reported finding a broken vertebra in his back, and needless to say, he'll be out for 10 weeks.
Over at the RCA Dome, we had the Colts edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Garrison Hurst is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 4 years, $2.4 million. Adrian Ross is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Steelers. Kenny Watson will be on the move. You see it there. He'll be getting a nice little payday, too. 4 years, $3.4 million, plus a $1.0 million signing bonus. Alexander is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Falcons.
Chargers, Jaguars.
With the
Fred Taylor is inside his own 20. Gets the handoff, goes off right tackle. The defense must have been fast asleep. The midfield, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, 82 yards. The Jaguars win this one by the final score of 27-14. The Rams got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at the Edward Jones Dome. The Vikings won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Eagles. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Steelers win their 4th game of the year. Panthers, Buccaneers. 4th game. Brett Favre is always tough to cover inside the red zone. The ball at the 18-yard line. And there's a little room at the 2, touchdown! The Buccaneers win this one by the final score of 30-7. The Titans win yet again this week and keep their impressive streak alive. And last but not least, we had the Cowboys come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.